everyone, and welcome to this Wealth Activation Workshop. My name is Gina. So far, you have been receiving 3 other workshops. Today, we are in our 4th and final, and we get the honor of being joined by Dr. Shreem Pillai. Dr. Pillai is a mystic, a philanthropist, a scholar, and an enlightened Siddha master. Today, he completes the formula with an empowerment into the Shreem Brzee mantra. So far, you have learned how to how to clear, create, and sustain in the manifestation or activation process. And today we learn a little bit more about how to accelerate your manifestation, as well as receive the empowerment from Dr. Pillai. So the world is a much different place than it was just a few months ago. And because of that, Dr. Pillai has suggested that we use Shreem Brzee in order to truly create a 200% life for ourselves, 100% spiritual, 100% material, bringing in the ability to do that with the mantra of Shreem Brzee. Today we'll learn a lot more about it. We even have some of your questions that you sent in that Dr. Pillai will answer. So thank you so much, Dr. Pillai, for being here today and joining us. It's such an honor to have you. And our first question is really, with everything that is happening in the world right now, why is now such a great opportunity to change our destiny?
To be honest with you, I have been wishy-washy in my teaching of late. But then what has happened over the past 3 months, and particularly a few days ago, made me to recommit myself to teaching this prosperity technique, which is Shreem Brzee, as you know, most of you know at least. 40 million people are unemployed. And when are they going to get employed? Nobody knows. The government doesn't know. The people don't know. And worse is what happened yesterday and day before yesterday with the violence. And they all admit the violence is due to inequality, social and economic. Everybody is after money. This is the rule. The colonization by the British of the world was motivated by money, including the United States was a colony, and India was too. Why? And then because they all wanted money, and then they got all liberated. But nobody wants to talk about it, especially politicians don't want to talk about it, because most people are poor, and then they don't want to be reminded that they are. And that's a very bad political strategy for any politician, whether you belong to Democrat Party or the Republican Party. Don't talk about that you are poor because you want their votes. We will give you some benefits here and there and talk about them, but never talk about what they can do to raise to the levels that other people have, successful people have been able to get to. And that really makes me mad. And that is where I fit in. Everybody is equal. There is no doubt about it. But then the difference comes in exercising that equality, but not at the level of their mind, but the level of their soul. At the level of the soul, everybody is equal, but we don't use soul intelligence. We want to use only the mind intelligence, which sees only the disparity between people, which puts you in a very bad place. So the solution to the problem of inequality is everybody has to become equal, which they already are, but they are not exercising that inner wealth they have. And what is the solution? The one solution is the sound. Shreem Brzee. This is not just philosophy. Somebody sent me a video by Mikio Kaku, the physicist who is the co-founder of the string theory. He says, everything is created out of the vibration. Everything is created out of the vibration. This is a few days ago, I received that. And this is the finding of these yogis, that these vibrations can create poverty as well as prosperity. Both of them are created by these vibrations. And nobody up until now has been able to come forward and tell you this is the sound for prosperity, because people are afraid that people, if you talk about prosperity, it is not politically correct. But one thing that is truth for now and forever is that we are by nature. God created us to be prosperous. Give me a call, I will give the end of the earth as your inheritance, Bible. I will give you the end of the earth as your inheritance. And what does that mean? Who is God? God is, the kingdom is within. We are not exercising that. The only hope is not that somebody from Congress or Senate or some rich man coming out and giving his wealth for people going to solve the problem. What is going to solve the problem is you just have to exercise the inner wealth you have. The inner wealth you have, which you have not exercised. And once you begin to exercise that, then you will know that you are second to none. And that is the only solution. So the solution is only with you, not with the government, not with philanthropists. You don't have to go to beg anyone for money. You have all of it inside, but you don't want to believe that because nobody has told you that, how rich you are inside. And how to bring that out is this program is all about. The program is all about how you can use your inner wealth. Ever since I started teaching it, I have vastly improved the technology because I believe that nothing is stable. This is also physics. Everything is moving at a tremendous speed, and the particle is non-local. It is everywhere. So to think that I am poor or I am rich is to freeze time and not live in the moment. So I will give you an example. I just came here. And just as I'm speaking to you, there is some inner voice telling you this technique. That will do everything. Okay. How to make this sound to work, which I have never taught before. That's why I do not want to read books and come and vomit it to the audience, because that knowledge is not dependable. That is old knowledge. The new knowledge that just came as I was talking to you is that if you say the sound mentally, it will work. Definitely it will work. because the sound has its own power. But if it has to work 100% or 200%, you have to say this in your pineal gland. Why? People who take ayahuasca or people who have read books on ayahuasca, they all know that ayahuasca kicks in the pituitary gland, the pineal gland. And then there is the secretion of this dimethyltryptamine, which completely changes your orientation. That doesn't mean that I'm recommending that you should go and take ayahuasca. No. I have a better ayahuasca alternative, which is Shreem Brzee. You will be in bliss. This technique will give you bliss. Both material, spiritual, financial bliss. So one solution for everything. Provided you commit to that. Then you said that Shreem Brzee will give that. I said 5 times Shreem Brzee sometimes. Why it's not giving? No, you yourself know the answer for that. You don't believe in it. You don't commit to it. You don't make it all the time an exercise to activate your brain. The problem is the brain. I told Wayne Dyer that why people are not manifesting. He asked me, why most people are poor. I told him, they are poor because they do not know how to conceive of wealth. That's the problem. They cannot really conceive that they can make even $5,000. They can conceive of $2,000. But to go to the $5,000, there is a mental block. So the rule is, I've said this many times, what you cannot conceive, you cannot manifest. Because I have asked people, what is your problem? One guy said, I can conceive a $500 million, but for me to conceive $1 billion is very difficult. That's why I've come to you. How can I remove this mental block? No matter what I do, I can do that. The answer is Shreem Brzee. Don't think that somebody else is going to give a solution to your problem. No. The solution is yourself. You have to commit to this practice. And for Shreem Brzee to come to this world, an emperor who wanted his citizens to become as wealthy as himself went into meditation for 1,500 years. His body turned into light and everything. And then he found this sound. This sound can do that. So it takes 1,500 years to come up with that. But once he came up with the sound, it works forever. But only thing is you have to ask yourself, are you willing to commit to yourself? And I know, although you may say, I'm going to commit, you may not be able to commit. And I'm going to give a solution for that too. I'm going to give a solution of how can I remain committed. It is a mechanical thing. It's completely mechanical. You have to say to yourself, I'm going to try this out for 90 days. And every day I'm going to do that. And I have designed a program to increase your commitment. Or if there is no commitment at all, to create commitment within you. Because many people are committed to non-commitment, and that's the problem. I'm non-committed. Can I make money? This is silly, completely silly. Then this program is not for you. If you don't want to commit, but still want results, it won't come. It's something like, I don't want to go to work, but can they send a paycheck? They won't. It doesn't happen like that. So you have to commit, but I will help you how to stay committed, because you have to love yourself. The commitment comes from self-love. You have to desire, I have to have very nice clothes, nice shoes, nice glasses. Because we have been trained in a wrong way. I will tell you an example. This happened to me 2 days ago. A man came to me and said, I'm really upset with my wife. I said, why? Because I just bought a very nice sunglass. And then I put my sunglass, and then I called my wife on FaceTime and I showed her, look at my sunglass. And she said, it's ugly. When she said it ugly, the granddaughter who was nearby said, Grandpa, your sunglass is ugly. She's only 4 years old. You see how when you are young, you have no idea of discrimination or anything. We have been trained like this forever by people, negative people around us, our parents, our grandparents. Even when they pass away, since we are their genes, we carry those genes. We carry poverty genes. This is where we have to find a remedy. We have to find a remedy. I'm just working on Shreem Brzee on many, many levels with scientists. I will come up with it maybe in 6 months or at a year. It works. It will change your mindset. It will change your commitment. And this program that I'm going to be teaching, I have put my own commitment to it, because I saw people looting. And I asked myself, why are they looting like this? And then they're very, very happy to go and grab things and take it home to share with their family. I can see how important is money. And if we don't address the situation, the world will be in a big trouble. I'm not worried about politics or politicians. Let them deal with it. But I'm very convinced that they are not going to find a solution. They cannot. Just giving food stamps and some jobs here and there will not solve the problem. The problem will be solved only by you, by exercising your own inner wealth and actualize it. That's why I changed the name of the program from wealth activation to wealth actualization. Because that's what you have to actualize, your wealthy soul. God created man in his own image. You are God. In his own image. There is no disparity at all. At the level of the soul, which is behind our mind, behind our life force, we are all God. So we have to exercise that. Now, what you do is you just go and close your eyes and then look at your third eye, which is the pineal gland. Focus attention there and keep on remembering Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Even when you are talking to other people, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. No, it's boring. How can I do that? It's not boring. It will be boring only for half an hour. And after the half hour, it will be bliss. Then even if you want to stop it, you cannot stop it. So the goal should be that it should be going within your pineal gland continuously. And if you get to that level, sky is the limit. A yogi said about when does the mantra work? The mind becomes, the mantra takes over and then the mind is not there. Mantram Chetanam in Sanskrit, which means I close my eyes, there is nothing but the mantra is there. And if you get to that level, then manifestation happens all the time, right, left, up, down, everywhere. This is a spiritual science. You have to get to that level. So until you get to the level, you have to commit yourself to the practice. And then you have to set your goal and stick to your goal. And this is my goal. And the best time to do this is this program. You commit to this program. And then there is a structure around it. And those people who have been to the program now may ask, do I need to do the program? Yes. Why? As I said a few minutes ago, it came to me that you have to put it in your third eye. And then we go into the third eye and then say the sound. And if you just close, I want you to close your eyes, close your eyes. Now, the third eye is an area which starts, visualize a point in between the two eyebrows. And then it extends like a flame, a very thin flame, maybe an inch long. But the pineal gland is only 5 millimeter. But then for purpose of meditation, you just an inch or two, even two, of a thin line, of a very bright line. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Thoughts will come. Let them come and go, you don't care. But you don't give any of your ego to support this thought. You pull your ego out of the thought. Very important point. Pull your ego out of the thoughts. And then attach your ego to the sound. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. the memory will kick in and now I have forgotten to do this thing. The bank, there is no money in the bank and I have to pay my rent or whatever. They are all thoughts to distract you. But don't put your ego behind them. Then they will frustrate you, then you won't be able to focus on Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Now, keep your eyes closed, just listen. How does this work? This works because there is the angel of Shreem Brzee that responds to it. And this angel is in charge of helping humanity. And she will respond to it. And she will come and do everything that is necessary to make you to commit to the process, to connect you with your soul, with God, with prosperity. That is what she does within your mind, body, and soul. But outside, she will also go and work to create opportunities for you. This is a very important point. This is a very important point. Because these high beings, whether you want to call them gods or messiahs or whatever name you want to call, they have only one goal. And the goal is to make you whole. They have no agenda because they are in a better plane. They are in a better plane. And they look at the human beings and they are so compassionate beings. God is compassionate. And He doesn't want you to suffer. The world was not created for people to suffer. You suffer because of your own lack of commitment, lack of understanding. You have to be very, very careful about how you use your consciousness. Your consciousness is all that you have. Everything is consciousness. You can use it in a negative way, creating a negative reality, which is what most people are doing. Or you can use it in a positive way and then create everything that you want to create. Shreem Brzee will allow you to conceptualize the impossible. It is impossible to see me have a new car, or my own beautiful home, or my own health. Now, Shreem Brzee will change. It will generate positive thoughts. Not only generate positive thoughts, but put her energy behind you. It's a spiritual program, but it is also scientific in the sense that the sound works, because the sound is the building block. With this sound, you can create everything. The technology was given by God to Abraham, that you say something and then you can create something. You can create a goat and sacrifice the goat to me, it's there. So you can create everything. You are the creator. You are going to create not through your ingenuity, not through your you know, uh, education or skill sets. You can create through your education and skill sets limited wealth. Unlimited wealth comes through the participation of the divine. I will give you the end of the earth as your inheritance. And there is so much compassion out there. But we want solution from outside. And that's why it's not happening. So this is the conceptual framework of Shreem Brzee as a sound of creation and a sound that gives you commitment and a goddess that is behind you. All that are there. Now I want to add a few more things. And then I gave you how it becomes powerful in the third eye. So I have to mention a few things there. In the third eye, there is this dimethyltryptamine, which will change the reality. It will put it in a different space-time domain. You will not be stuck in this past, present, future dimension. It will be completely a different domain of space. It will be floating. Dr. Strassman has done beautiful research on ayahuasca and the third eye. Long time ago. The book is still available. So that's where you have to go. But the theory in yoga, in Tantra, is that every thought that goes into your third eye will manifest. Every thought that goes into the third eye will manifest. So put this thought of Shreem Brzee, because Shreem Brzee itself is wealth. Unlimited. So keep pushing that into the third eye. And those of you who want more, I will also in the course talk more about the third eye, but there's a lot of material there out of the third eye chakra. Okay. Then I'm going to add, as I am now talking to you, I'm facing south, which I should not have done. When you engage in prosperity thinking, you should always face north or northeast. But I know how to change. So when I realized, oh my God, this is not the direction I should be facing, because this won't help. Okay. If you do a research on this north-south, north is prosperity, south is spiritual. If I'm going to do something spiritual, south is good. That way South America is spiritual, North America is very wealthy. The same thing in India. North India is very wealthy, South India is very spiritual. Okay. And that is a general rule. Okay. One more thing that I want to, there are some questions here. I want to take a look at that so that I answer.
Dr. Pillai, there was you had mentioned the program, right? We were talking about the program and the 3 steps as part of that. So in the program, there's going to be 3 steps. The clearing phase, you had mentioned clearing out blockages, like the millionaire who wanted to become a billionaire and couldn't conceive of it. Then the creation phase and how we'll use Shreem Brzee, and you mentioned in the third eye. And then the sustaining, and you mentioned commitment. Do you have anything to add on those 3 steps? Those will be a foundational steps inside of this course that we're offering.
Okay. There are a few questions you have put here. I don't know if I have time for all this. I will talk about the more important things here, which is desire. Desire is very tricky. The Buddha was a king, but he desired renunciation. What happened? As soon as he desired renunciation, he renounced. He left his kingdom, left his father, left his wife, left his son. Most people desire are like Buddhas. That's the problem. Okay, because why somebody is not desiring in an authentic way. In a neurotic way, everybody desires. I want a Rolls Royce, I want a private jet. This is all neurotic desires. Nobody believes in it, you don't believe in it either. But the thing that you believe should be like, that should be a complete orientation and desire without any judgment. You can also say Shreem Brzee, and then you can add a number to it, a dollar figure to it, or a car to it. Or I'm going to say Shreem Brzee. This is the most important thing is I don't have a place of to live. And you can do Shreem Brzee for that. So you can, somebody may want a job, somebody may want a contract. So you can put Shreem Brzee's energy behind it. Behind that. I want this, I want. Ask, thy shall be given. This is Bible too. You should ask. Ask for a car, there's nothing wrong. Ask for a job, especially this time, people are asking for a job. The moment you turn your direction to the north and the northeast and then do this practice on the third eye, this will come. There are other things that you have to know. The most serious stumbling block is your karma. Your karma. Your karma is nothing but your thought patterns. Your thought patterns are, you have to ask yourself whether your thought patterns are negative or positive. How much negativity is behind your thoughts, or how much positivity behind your thoughts, how many outrageous thoughts are behind it. And then you have to change your time also. So I will also, in the course, spend some time on how to change your karma, how to change your time. Concept of time. See, for instance, people are saying that going to be a resurgence of this virus in September. If collectively you believe that, that will happen. If collectively we join together, no, we are done with Corona. You are done with it. There is no reality other than your consciousness. Everything that you see outside is only coming from inside. Don't complain your circumstances, your lack of education, or whatever around you as the reason why you are suffering. You are suffering because of you, your consciousness. And every moment is new. Literally, every moment is new. If you are poor at the last moment, it doesn't mean that you have to be poor here. Then you have to change your concept of time. I will teach you some techniques also, how to change your time concept. How to change your thoughts. All these will be prerequisites that are necessary. When I don't have time, I will give it to her so that she can also teach that. Because I'm working on bigger things. The other day, yesterday I was watching the astronauts going to the space for 120 days. But why are we so obsessed on the body? You can go visit any galaxy through in your meditation and bring the wealth from there. Yeah, this is the yogic way of doing things. The yogis did not want to wait for things. They want everything at the same moment they think about that. No time lag between thought and reality. How to shorten that time lag and get to a level. You don't have to get to a level of the yogi because he meditates full time. But if you say, for instance, I used to teach a long time ago how to make $1 million. What's the time frame? You are saving $100,000 a year, and it takes 10 years to make $1 million. Do you like that idea? No. First of all, many people think, first of all, I don't even make $100,000. How can I save $100,000? And even if I do that, then it will take 10 years to do that. But you can make the $1 million, not in 10 years, but in a year, in a month. The moment you think this thought, along with Shreem Brzee, then you will have a revelation. So it is all about playing with your consciousness. You will never ever become victim to your negative thoughts, your unproductive thoughts. And if you do, then it is very difficult to change your destiny. I'm more committed now because the world needs it more than any time before. 40 million people unemployed in 3 months. This disaster took a wrong turn for humanity. So the way to fix is maybe this is Shreem Brzee doing it so that I can be more committed to it. Why am I more committed to it than in 1998 when this was given to me? Because I have less financial problem. I have no financial problem, So I was more drawn towards research on angels, how they can help us. That's what I do now. Space, and also finding a cure for cancer. These are my interests now. But now this situation pulled me out of that. And I said to her, well, I will commit. So I will commit until I fix the situation. I will divide my time between my own self-interest and the interest to uplift people. And I will put my energy behind you. And I will share with you some more secrets during this program. God bless.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pillai. Well, we're so honored to have Dr. Pillai here today. He was definitely giving us a very deliberate message about the seriousness of how the world is at the moment and his commitment to changing that. And I'm deeply moved by his commitment to us. Sorry. He has the power to transform so many of us, including the world. And he just today, as us, as his witness, committed to that. Not just to the people who are going to join this program I'm going to tell you about, but to everyone, to the people who are suffering, the people who are rioting, the people who can't eat because food is scarce, the people who are in economic distress, which is probably the biggest pain of our entire world. And yet we have a solution because we have this mantra. I'm sorry, guys, this is not in my script. We have a solution because we have this mantra and because we have divine support. And he said that the only way to have unlimited anything, unlimited wealth, is through divine intervention. And Dr. Pillai is a Siddha master and an enlightened being, and his empowerment, he just gave us today, as well as what will be in this course, is what is necessary in this moment in time because we are in such an upheaval. It is what is necessary to make huge leaps towards ending the suffering, the economic and financial suffering of the world, which is systemic. So the good news is Dr. Pillai has recommitted and he has access to so many of these divine beings, to Vishwamitra, who committed for 1,500 years in another dimension to meditate, to bring Brzee into this world for us, which is what Shreem Brzee is. Shreem for Lakshmi, Brzee from Vishwamitra's meditation. Because that sage, that king at the time, felt so much compassion for the people who are suffering financially. And he went into deep meditation after going through a lot of personal trials and tribulations to get to his own state of the highest form of Rishi that is possible on the earth, to meditate, to bring this sound to us. And to look at us now, we're in the same state. We're in a world that is suffering financially. And this mantra is the answer. And Dr. Pillai's empowerment, Vishwamitra Lakshmi, Dr. Pillai bringing this to us in such a profound way now when we need it more than ever. And that's what Dr. Pillai said. We need the sound and we need this mantra and we need the structure and support and commitment now more than ever. And I have been with you guys for the past 2 months doing live videos, doing 3 other workshops, providing as much possible support. And I've seen your responses and I've seen your pleas. And you continue to ask some of the same questions, which is, how do I make it happen faster? And what can I possibly do? We should say that. What can you possibly do? And then how can you make it happen faster? And Dr. Pillai just told us he's designed this course that is going to be 90 days. And he mentioned 90 days is what is necessary to make a shift. And also because in the next 90 days, we don't know what's going to happen in the world, but we can place ourselves inside of a container that helps to insulate and create the container needed for this commitment and for your use of this mantra, because that's what's going to help us change. And so we have all of June, all of July, and all of August. And Pillai Center has created this program. It will start on June 5th on the full moon, which is an extremely auspicious time. It's a Friday full moon. It's extremely auspicious time. And inside of this course, there's all of what Dr. Pillai mentioned and more. So let me go through and explain that a little bit, because that was my plan before this eruption. So we'd like for you to post your questions and your responses to Dr. Pillai's engagement here today, and any questions you may have about what he said or the course in general. And now I'll go through a little bit about what that looks like. So for example, we've been talking about the clear, the create, and the sustain, and Dr. Pillai talked about that in a variety of ways today. And then, so there's 3 steps but there's 4 components to this course. The 3 steps: clearing out the old, and I did an entire workshop on that. Creating what it is you want, your desires. Dr. Pillai talked about it. I did an entire workshop on that. Sustaining, he mentioned a lot about commitment is necessary, and I did an entire workshop on that. So those are the 3 steps, and inside of those 3 steps, there's actually 2 additional components to them, which is the accelerate. How do you make things happen faster for you? How do you diffuse negativity faster? How do you manifest faster? How do you enable yourself to have more sustaining energy inside of your practice? That'll be part of the program. And the 5th component is Dr. Pillai's empowerment and his energy that he is going to be blasting us with, as you got a little taste of today. The acceleration phase is what we're helping also to wrap around this program a bit more, which is how do you do it faster, right? So that breaks down into different ways that the acceleration can happen. One is power times. Dr. Pillai talked about time, about accelerating time and also kind of bypassing time. If you do the practice during certain power times throughout the year, the month, the day, that can accelerate your practice. If you do certain engagement with the archetypes, Dr. Pillai mentioned her, Lakshmi as the archetype, he mentioned Vishwamitra, connecting to them and creating a relation to them, that will help move things faster. They're going to help the divine intervention that we need so badly. Then we have ceremonies, rituals that we're going to be teaching you on how to do at home. All of those help to accelerate. We'll also be having you participate in group. Synergy is another accelerator. When you do something together with more people, you actually have the benefit and energy of all those people together. So Dr. Pillai has mentioned if you chanted 1,008 times Shreem Brzee with 100 people, you have 100,000 chants, right? So we're literally magnifying our ability to manifest when we do it together. And this program is going to be all about community, all about organizing ourselves around how we can do this together better. Techniques. Dr. Pillai gave us a simple and powerful technique today. I mean, if he did this in just a couple of minutes, imagine what he's going to give in 2 full modules, which is what he'll be teaching brand new components and techniques in the course. And he has also many times in the past mentioned astrology. So how does our astrology, how do the movements of the planets, the celestial beings, how does that impact how our practice goes? How does it make things go faster? There's moon phases, there's birth stars, there's planets, there's times of the day, the month, the year that can all be used to help us accelerate. Not only that, but your personal astrology has a huge impact in your preset mindset. That we talked about that in step 1, which is how do you diffuse? But on top of just how to diffuse, first is also knowing what's going on, like knowing the lay of the land of your personal blueprint and what to do with that. Are you predetermined to have certain types of thoughts or proclivities towards certain topics or areas of life that will help us to help you understand where that is? So, and that comes from astrology, it comes from your ancestors. Dr. Pillai says your genes, your culture, he mentioned today, your family, your upbringing, and also past lives. Like all of this energy that is coming through to us in a variety of ways is what's making up our thoughts and our mindset. We need to be aware of them and then learn how to clear them and then use a technique to accelerate. And of course, all the other accelerators, the power times, the group, the rituals, etc. Once you have the lay of the land, your personal blueprint, now it's like, okay, cool. So if I have a kind of, and this feeds into astrology, for example, if astrologically you are more supported in making money in a certain way, your astrology will tell you that. If astrology is telling you, or if you're less supported in making money in a certain way, astrology will tell you that. So then when you get to the creation phase of these steps, you'll know what would be easier for you to manifest. And Dr. Pillai talked about desire, commitment, and hooking into self-love. All of that will help create the opportunity for your manifestation to come into being, come into the physical form. And then we have accelerators for the creation phase, which is, again, power times. When are good times to do your practice? Group synergy. We're going to be having daily group chanting. One of the questions that I wanted to ask Dr. Pillai that he didn't didn't get to, which is, and he told me this personally on the phone a couple days ago, he had a naughty reading, this divine reading, which told him the best time of the entire day to chant, to call upon Shreem Brzee and to chant this mantra is between 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. India Standard Time. So that means wherever you are in the world, you translate that time into your time zone. So in the US, it would be like 3:30 to 6:30 or something like that in the evening or the afternoon. So what we're going to do is organize daily chanting calls around this, because clearly, because of this reading, the archetype of Shreem Brzee wants to be chanted and called upon at the same time by everyone. So imagine you have hundreds or thousands of people around the world chanting during this particular time. Imagine the power. And this is when it was said that she will be most responsive when we chant at that time. So we'll be organizing that for you as well. And then we move into the sustain. Dr. Pillai talked all about commitment, and in the course, we'll be creating structure. You need to know what to do. You need to know how to do it. You need a structure to help contain how that gets implemented for you and to help you sustain that. When you are surrounded by people with commitment and positivity, you become commitment and you get positivity. I know this because I've been hosting these programs for 3.5 years now. The Shreem Brzee community is the most positive, most active that I've ever seen in any of the Pillai Center courses. It is off the charts energy. It's like you get in there and it's a feeding frenzy of positivity. And that's what Shreem Brzee does. Shreem Brzee gives us that high frequency. Dr. Pillai talked about the strings theory and how sound creates. Shreem Brzee is literally creating positivity. He told me once also, it diffuses negativity. If you're feeling negative, you're feeling afraid. People have been asking, what's the mantra for diffusing fear? What's the mantra for diffusing negativity, my negative mind? What can help me manifest? Shreem Brzee is literally the answer to all of those questions. So using the mantra in a way that is in group synergy, so more people magnify the blessings, in sacred rituals, fire labs, offerings, hydrations. You'll learn all about that. We're like basically taking out all the stops. We're teaching you everything that we know in this course on the 3 steps of manifesting with Shreem Brzee. And then Dr. Pillai's empowerment, of course, is the overall container for everything that goes into this program. So I will take some questions, so please jot them down in chat when they come up for you. And just to give you a little kind of more information about how this course is going to work, it starts on June 5th. It ends on August 30th, so that's 12 weeks, about 90 days that we'll be together. And these are pivotal times that we'll be together, right? There's 2 levels to the course. There's the foundational level, which is all the fundamental teachings. Those teachings will be the same. You'll get the 3 steps, the accelerators, which is the fundamentals, and the accelerators content, which is what I just went through, power times and rituals and let's see what else, rituals that you can do at home. Those are all for your how to accelerate your progress. And then the level 2, we're calling it the premier experience. That is for people who want to really put themselves into it with additional commitment, with the all-in, the premier experience. And what that includes is 1 live teaching call with Dr. Pillai, which is an initiation. Don't worry, the fundamentals of the foundational course has 2 pre-recorded teachings with Dr. Pillai for the diffusion, removing the negativity, as well as for the creation phase. So he will be giving us 2 new teachings, and he'll be teaching us more about how to use the mantra, where to infuse it, etc. The premier group, the premier experience, has a live group initiation where he'll be with you live on Zoom, and you could turn on your cameras, he can see you. It'll be a true live experience. And don't worry, if you can't join live, it will be recorded and his energy will be captured. Then we also have the daily live chanting goes with the premier group. Not only there will be chanting, but if you have questions about the course, this is a time for you to connect with one of the teachers or share with your community. If you can't attend live, you can listen to the rebroadcast. We'll have a little nugget of something new every day to keep it interesting. We'll have as well. So we'll have Dr. Pillai, we'll have the live initiation. There will be the daily chanting, and then also exclusive to the Premier group is what we're calling Wealth Power Times Accelerators. So these are events that are going to happen throughout the month that accelerate your access to either diffusing negative karma or accelerating your or activating your wealth. And Dr. Pillai says actualizing your wealth. And those are full moons. We have another special Lakshmi day in there. We have Krishna's birthday. There's 5 fire labs, which will be performed by an actual Vedic priest. He speaks perfect English. He'll be guiding us along the whole way. These are the most powerful power times of the next 3 months, and we're going to use them in order to help accelerate our progress. Those will be great ways to connect with your group, remember the synergy, remember the magnifying, on top of the power time, the full moon, on top of the offerings, the ritual. Dr. Pillai calls Fire Labs the most powerful ritual you can do. So it's like 3 times as much power if you can join those. And then there's other days where Dr. Pillai mentioned the genes from the ancestors, where you can be clearing or doing an ancestor healing on new moon days. So we'll be doing guided ancestor offerings with you for those full moon days over the next 3 months. And then there's these certain windows of time. The 13th moon happens twice per month, where you can remove more negativity, clear out more karma, clear out and reset your mindset. We'll be doing guided rituals with you for those. So we'll teach you what to do at home, and doing it together is more powerful. And then you're getting all the instruction on that. And those are the main 3 components that differentiate the foundational level with the premier level. If you look on the sales page, there is 2 ways you could pay, all in pay in full or in monthly payments. We're giving you these monthly payments so that you can have more access if this is something that fits better into your budget. I'd like to see now if there are any questions. And on the viewing page, you can go straight to the sales page, which tells you a little more about the program by clicking on Wealth Activation Formula button, or you can download the Wealth Blueprint. This is the blueprint. It's the roadmap of what we're going to be teaching on this course. And it breaks down a lot of what I just said, but if you are not sure, just go ahead and download that and take a look, because it's all in there, all of the details that I might have missed, in case I missed any of them. Oh yeah, I did miss a couple. So in the clear phase, we're going to talk about feeders. What are the psychological thoughts that come to us that feed our negativity or feed our scarcity consciousness? We'll be giving techniques to diffuse those. I talked about the scarcity influencers, whether it's your soul genetics, your ancestors, or astrology, or space. Dr. Pillai mentioned all of the ways in which we are influenced, our thoughts get influenced. Surrogate technology is another one. Those are really fun. You'll learn how to do that. Okay, I covered most of it. You could take a look and download that. Oh yeah, the sustain actually is going to be a lot of fun. I glossed over it a little bit, but this is how you don't mess up, right? The sustain is how you keep going. And so after we teach you, the first 2 months is dedicated to developing your practice. A couple weeks actually within the 3rd phase is going to be about how you make sure you don't fall off. And when you do, what's the plan? What's the plan to get back on? And this is so important. When I started, this studying with Dr. Pillai 20 years ago, and doing a practice and then stopping and doing, it was so important to have community around me. It was so important to have teachers who knew what they were doing around me. I could continually ask and reset, rebalance myself. And that was literally necessary for me to continue my path. I am not the best disciplined student that there is, but I persevered. And when I fell off, I came back. I fell off, I came back. It's just a matter of continuing to bring yourself back to what is important to you. And that's what we're going to create, a structure to help you do that. And I see a lot of people who also say, I started it and I stopped, or I haven't finished, or I wanted to. I started the challenge and I didn't finish it. I had this one person just recently said, I've been doing Shreem Brzee for a week. I don't see any difference. What's the problem? Well, you got to do it for a lot longer than that. But some people, based on their mindset, may have results in a week. Everyone's different. So you have to give yourself a little slack in terms of how this mantra might work for you. But we're creating everything you would need in order to have the success. The success then depends upon your participation, your commitment level. And if you're feeling like, yeah, now is the time, then yeah, this is the program for you, because this is an opportunity to step into a structure, a container that is built for you. It is built to sustain. It is built to help you create what it is you want. And we give our 100%. The teachers in Pillai Center give our 100% in helping you to be successful at that. It's really exciting too. The last course that we did from last year, Brzee Abundance, we had several hundred people, and several hundred people showed up every week. And over 100 people showed up over every week for 6 months. And this program is going to be shorter because we did notice that there was a falling off after the 3 months. So we really want you to go more intense in the 3-month period versus maybe being fearful of being able to commit for 6 months. So we're going to take a little more of a bite-sized piece of this course to make sure that you're committing for at least those 90 days. And we'll be sending you reminders of when the activities are, reminders of when the power times are and what to do on those. And if you can't attend everything live, that's okay, because you'll have the Facebook group, which is available 24/7. You'll have access to teachers and the community. We're going to be sending you reminders so that you can do it at home. We'll probably have a text messaging system set up that will help if you want to opt into that, to give you text messages of when the particular power times are and what to do during those. So we're going to do everything in our possible power to give you as much success that you are able to create, because this is your creation, right? This is still your creation. So let me go ahead and take a look at some questions and see what we have going on. Okay, what is the evening time to the chanting Shreem Brzee? Dr. Pillai said it's 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. India Standard Time. We're going to translate that into probably around 6, I think, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. So to be able to hit many time zones, and also to be within that window where we're supposed to be chanting. Of course, we're going to also send you a reminder of when that time starts to when it ends, so that you can do this on your own. So if you're not able to join us live, you can still do the chanting on your own. But remember, when you do it together, you're multiplying, you're magnifying all of the chanting, all of the intentions that are being put into the pot, so to speak, when we're doing it together. This synergy that's actually being created. Someone's asking if ayahuasca will get better results with Shreem Brzee. We are not recommending you do ayahuasca. Let's just be really clear. Dr. Pillai said it, and so that is off the table. Please don't ask anything else about that, because this is not something we recommend and not something Dr. Pillai recommends. He was mentioning how ayahuasca has helped people open up their third eye or have experiences with DMT. But he also said you can get that with your experience with Shreem Brzee. He said it might be boring for about a half an hour to chant, but then after that, it'll become blissful. And the more you practice, the more blissful it'll become. The more you practice, the faster your results will happen. Like he said, you can't say it 5 times and then say, well, nothing happened. You have to have the mind become the mantra. Do you know how long that takes? You know how much that takes effort. So this is not, in one way, Shreem Brzee is a fast path, because it can help bring you from where you are to the next level faster than if you didn't have the mantra. However, to fully activate the mantra, you do need to commit to it, and you need to do it every day as much as possible for as many days as it takes. There's no set time. People ask us, what is the minimum? Okay, if you have to give a number, you should do it 108 times a day. That takes like 5 minutes, right? So, and I've gave all the tricks and tips in the other 3 workshops, so I won't go through that in detail. All right, any other questions about the program? Valencia is asking, still not clear how financial manifestation takes place. What will be the tools to find my way to financial abundance? So the tools that we've given so far are extremely powerful tools. Diffusing the negative mindset, creating with Shreem Brzee, and then I taught 4 ways in which you can create with the mantra or use the mantra, and then making sure you're continuing to do it, sustain, accelerators, including doing it in group, the empowerment from Dr. Pillai. So we've given you the formula. So if there's anything else more specific you want to ask, please do. But in the creation phase, for example, part of that is the desire. Dr. Pillai talks about that today. It's also about how you get clear on your goal, because without clarity, you're not able to really manifest what it is you want. You have to get clear. And we will be going through that in a lot of details in the course. We'll be going through how to create your goal, those some very specific steps about that. And yeah. When does the program begin? It begins on June 5th. So there's actually not a lot of time, folks. That's this Friday. And it gets kicked off at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time with a fire lab that is being performed during Venus Hora. It's not in this country, it's going to be a different country, but when the priest performs it in his morning, it'll be Venus Hora there, it'll be a full moon, it'll be a Friday. It's a triple power time. And then on top of that, you get a ritual that's like 4 layers of empowerment. And on top of that, you get all of the people who are joining this course. So we have basically a huge opportunity, 5 magnifiers to help make that the most important day, to really kick this off. And that's why we chose that day. Also, the sun is in Taurus, which is another natural place for abundance, financial support, and material blessings to come through for us. So it's a great time to be starting your Shreem Brzee practice if you haven't. It's a great time to be accelerating, continuing it if you have been doing your practice. I should also mention, yeah, that's a good question. I should also mention that, okay, here's the question. Is the course recommended for those who have been through other Brzee or Shreem Brzee courses? Dr. Pillai said that himself. Actually, he said yes. He said yes because he's going to be giving new teachings, but also because of this time period, this is an uncertain time. It's a time of flux. We will be creating this container, this energized and empowered program that will support you in ways that wouldn't happen if you were doing it on your own. Now, if you don't have the finances to join the program, please don't join the program. We don't want anyone to go into debt. We don't want to cause we don't want to cause any financial burden. But if you do have the resources to join the program, by far it is better to do it with others and in a structure and with new teachings and new empowerment from Dr. Pillai than it is to do it on your own. All right, any other questions? So Dr. Pillai will be giving, like I said, 2 new teachings in the program, plus the live call and initiation for the premier group. Just so we're clear on Dr. Pillai's participation. And then we will have weekly group calls with myself and other teachers. We will have daily chanting calls with myself and other teachers. We will have 5 fire labs, wealth enabling power time fire labs with a Vedic priest who speaks English, who will guide us through the whole thing. And we will have 9 other ceremonies, the new moon offerings and the pradosham or karma clearing offerings. So those are ways we're getting together and doing the program together. And again, creating more synergy and more magnification in our process. Oh, okay. So the folks who are watching on YouTube and not on the viewing page, you can go to the link in the description on the video and you'll see the link to the sales page. Okay, Ivan's asking, if I don't have the finances for the program, can I access the program later when I can afford it? We will be making this program available later. I'm just not sure when, because this program for the next 3 months will not be available after. So the program starts on June 5th. We close entry into the program on June 13th. So we give you another week from when we start to be able to join if you need to organize yourself in a way to do that. Then the program will be closed. We don't know when it'll be open. We do have an intention of opening it back up probably in about 6 months from now. So yes, you will have an opportunity probably be in about 6 months. Someone's asking, what will the daily chanting calls be like? We will be getting together live. There'll be a teacher and a host or a host, and we will be using the meditation that Dr. Pillai gives us in group. So you'll be able to do that every day. We'll probably make a shorter version of it. And then we will be engaging in mantra chanting for 1,008 times. We will be playing Dr. Pillai's audio so that you get his empowerment in his words, and then you'll be chanting along at home. Okay. There may be some guidance by the teachers in between on shifting things up or anything that may help you stay more engaged. What teachers are doing the daily chanting calls? We haven't determined that just yet, but there will be the audios from Dr. Pillai, so we're always connecting with him. And then your teacher there is there to support you around that. So myself, Sucharita, probably Swamini Bali, probably, we'll see. Well, maybe some other folks from other teachers who may want to join us would be fantastic. All right. Okay. Question, does the premier course include the foundational course contents, astrology, and priest? The premier course, yes, includes everything in the foundational course. Sorry if I didn't make that clear. So the foundational course is all the teachings, and then the premier is all the teachings plus the extra initiation and live call with Dr. Pillai, plus the daily chanting, plus the priest and the guided rituals. So that gives you it's like the extra boost, right? It's the okay. Oh, Phil's joining. Thanks, Phil. Oh, this is it. So for the first 50 people who join, we're giving a complimentary Vedic astrology reading. The first, because we only have so many astrologers, this is a live astrology reading. We only have so many astrologers. We're giving away to the first 50 people who register. That will probably go fast because we typically have several hundred people who join the program. So if that is something you really want, and I highly recommend it because, like I said before, astrology is how we better understand what we're predestined for. Doesn't mean we can't change it, but that we are predestined for a certain outcome in our life. Astrology can tell us that. It can tell us the blocks. Your astrologer will also give you at-home rituals that you could perform to help accelerate your manifestation. Mira is asking, is it better to join the foundational or the premium level? If you can afford the premium level, I 100% recommend the premium level because you get the extra benefits. You get the live call with Dr. Pillai, you get the daily chanting, you get these power time events, these power time accelerator events, which are really fantastic. Would you have an agenda once the course starts so we can have a better idea to plan our days and ahead of time other than the notifications? Of course, absolutely. I have to admit, this is probably going to be one of our most organized courses ever. We'll be drip feeding the content. So as time goes on, we'll be giving you what you need to know when. However, we will give you the whole outline of the course. For the first month, we will be when we go live, when we start the course on June 5th, you will have a roadmap of how the first month will go. So we'll be having your dates, your times of all the events, if you're in the premiere, when your rituals are, and the teaching calls. We do know the teaching calls will be every Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. You can translate that into your time zone. We do know that the daily chanting calls will be sometime between 4 and 7 a.m. IST in order to please Lakshmi the best we possibly can. And that will probably be towards the later end of that, maybe like 6 to 7 a.m. IST in order to hit some more time zones. So just to give you an idea, we do have a lot of that all planned out. And once we open the course, all those dates will be in there. If you want more information about the details of everything we'll be teaching, just download the blueprint. It's all in there. Yeah. Sumeda is saying, yes, the sun is in Taurus, so is Venus, but it's retrograde. And then it's a great time to multiply your wealth power. Absolutely. Is there any special mantra for karma cleansing? Yes. Yes. Dr. Shreem Brzee is good for karma cleansing. And in this course, he's going to give us a special way on how to use Brzee specifically for karma cleansing. Yes, Dr. Pillai will be joining us. He'll be teaching the module 1 and module 2, the clear and the create. He will do a pre-recorded teachings on those, and then he'll do a live call and initiation for the premier group. And Anna's asking, should we chant Shreem Brzee facing north? Yes, but you can chant it all the time. Like, don't not chant it because you're south, right? It's these power times or these accelerators, like Dr. Pillai talked about space as being an accelerator, which direction you're facing. That is to give you extra benefit. It doesn't mean facing south is bad. It just means you'll get more benefit when you're faced north. Mayumi said, I'm already enrolled in the program. Would I get an astrology reading? I hope so. I don't know how many people have registered just yet. So if you're the first 50, yes. Today we'll join. Yeah, if you join today, you will most likely get the astrology reading. So the mystery school folks, we will let you know regarding a discount for the program. We will give you a discount for joining though, for the mystery school folks. And you're the only one who gets a discount. Keem just joined. Fantastic. Welcome. I have to work at 9 a.m. every day. What do I do? The calls will be in the evening time US. The daily chanting will be in the evening time US and super early India time. So hopefully that offsets at least 2 parts of the world. It doesn't really help Europe and Australia as much, but we do need to adhere to the time zone that was dictated to us divinely, which is between 4 and 7 a.m. IST. And if you can't join the live groups, then listen to the replay. That'll be the best next thing. All right, you just joined Premier Group. Welcome, that's fantastic. Sumeda, thank you for your love and compassion as well, and glad to see you in the program. Any other questions? Susan's asking, does the foundational level get all the ceremonies? No, the foundational level gets the course content and the Sunday teaching calls. All the course content though, meaning the 2 pre-recorded teachings that Dr. Pillai will do for the clear and create steps, all the accelerator information, teachings, all of that will be there. But if you want the ceremonies that are being performed live, those are in the Premier Group. And we've given a huge discount on those. Those rituals, if you order through Astrobed or Pillai Center, is $36 per ceremony for a priest. And it costs money to make those happen, right? Plus we're giving you, so that's 5. And then we're going to give another 9 ceremonies, rituals guided by Pillai Center teachers. The total value of that is over $280. And so that's huge. Then the daily calls, again, the cost and organizing for daily calls, and that's around $400 for the 3 months. We're including that in Premier. So that's why there's a little bit more of a price difference for Premier, because you're getting a lot of these, a lot of this extra support. Any other questions? Yeah, so someone's asking the difference between the full price and payment plans. If you pay in full, it's less of an overall price. We add on about 10% or so because it costs us more in fees and overhead to process your payments on a monthly basis. So we're just passing that cost on to you. We don't make anything different, but it'll cost you less if you pay in full. And there's the link in the viewing page and in the chat. And then for our folks in YouTube, you can look inside in the description of the video and you'll see the link there. Thank you. Lakshmi S over on YouTube is saying, every teacher, Pillai family member, time and knowledge is worth so much more than the price of the course. I appreciate each of you so much. The teachers are all priceless. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you in the course, Lakshmi. You're such a blessing. Yes, Susan will give you we'll contact you regarding your question. Like Susan just signed up, fantastic. Okay, so there's a question about accessing the other wealth activation workshops. They are on the Shreem Brzee YouTube channel. Just go there and you can see all of them. Oh, Juan just enrolled, fantastic. Susan enrolled. Okay, so if you are, if the live classes are not good for your time, for example, you can watch the replay and you can connect with the teachers. We could even have a replay of that video for another time zone. We can work that out. If there's a lot of people who, this time zone doesn't work for you, but it'll be basically like a viewing party of the class. All of the content basically will be pre-recorded. The teaching calls are coaching calls, which every week a teacher will come to you and help you understand the content you should have looked at throughout the week. So we are doing this course a bit different than we've done previous courses. In the past, we've put out the content in the course and then taught it live on the Sunday calls. So those Sundays calls became more important in a sense. This time, we're giving you the pre-recorded content in advance. We're going to ask you to read through it or watch it before you get to your Sunday call, because in the Sunday call is going to be about reiterating and helping you understand the key points there. We are doing this course a little different. Okay, so Evelyn's asking, when will the daily chanting start? The daily chanting will start on June 5th, which is when the program starts. So we have a big day on June 5th, which is a full moon and a Friday, and that's why it's a big day. It's a big Lakshmi day, a big Shreem Brzee day. So we'll have the fire lab in the morning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, and then we'll start the chanting in the evening. And I don't remember exactly the time. I don't want to give something unclear, but it's going to be a little earlier than the chanting Sutrita was doing. The chanting that Sutrita was doing for 48 days is ended. It ended today. Today's the last day. And then we'll take a few days break. And then the course will start up on Friday with the daily live chanting. There won't be daily live chanting publicly any longer. Sahil is asking for the link. It's in the, if you're on YouTube, it's in the description. or maybe one of our folks on YouTube can actually post a link in the chat. Someone's asking about a WhatsApp group. We could actually create a WhatsApp group for the program. That would be fun. All right, any other questions? How can we connect with IST timing 4 to 7 a.m. of chanting Shreem Brzee when we are in the time zone, which is different? You just have to translate to your time zone, right? So whatever, I think 3 a.m. in India is 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, for example. So our time window would be from 3:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Pacific. As an example, you have to translate into yours. And this is for everyone everywhere to be doing, to chant not the full 3 hours, but any time between those 3 hours. And we'll be sending you reminders to do that. Yeah, so Mayumi, yeah, that's a great idea. We can do a WhatsApp group for the program. Pilar is asking, online YouTube chanting. No, the YouTube chanting that we just did for like the past 48 days or so ends today. Today's the last day. We promised through the end of May, every day through the end of May. And so that's pausing. And we still have free access. For example, I do free teachings on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. So those will still be active. It's just the daily chanting has ended today. Guest 8182 just signed up. How should I use the Vedic Astrology? Fantastic, congratulations. The astrologer will be guiding on how to, but he or she will be guiding on how to use the astrology reading best. We are asking them to use a formula that allows you to understand how wealth is being impacted by your astrology chart. So it'll give you a deeper understanding into how astrology works and how and why you're thinking and manifesting certain things based on the planet's influence. Okay, so Nancy, yes, I mean current mystery school people. So we'll send something out to the current mystery school folks. So Julia Diaz joined. Fantastic, Julia. Love you and having you in our programs. Any other questions? Okay, I just signed up right now. How can I access my astrology reading? You will receive an email and we will schedule it. All right. Can our friends on YouTube chat post the link to the sales page in the chat? Because some people are asking for it. I don't know if it lets you or not. If it doesn't let you, you can go to the description on the video. You guys are so supportive. Like, oh my gosh. They're like, yeah, Shreem Brzee will find the way, will lead the way. Renata said daily chanting was so amazing. She joined. I know you joined it a lot, Renata. Renata, you had great experiences. And you mentioned, you just mentioned recently how Shreem Brzee had changed your life. Oh yeah, so on the sales page, please watch the videos. There's amazing examples of how Shreem Brzee have changed. I just recently talked to Veronica, and on the sales page, there's actually 2 new videos that I would love for you to take a look at. One is from Lisa, one is from Veronica, the first 2. And these ladies, it's a little bit of like 10 minutes or so, but these ladies are so incredibly inspiring, and just, you can they exude the energy of Shreem Brzee, and this is why they've manifested. Lisa manifested $70,000 in unexpected winnings. Veronica is having peace, intuition, divine experiences, lost over 20 pounds, and no longer worries about her finances. Like crazy thing. And these ladies, they've been in programs for several years now. So they have committed to this process and they participate in everything. Even when there's not a program happening, they've gotten so attuned to joining all of our free stuff. And by the way, we have free Friday chanting calls every week. So everyone will want to join those. They've gotten so attuned to joining and participating. They really benefit from that synergy, the community. So I highly recommend making sure if you aren't joining the program, make sure you do join the weekly chanting calls and any other free workshops we give, which we're going to continue to do. We plan on giving at least one free teaching workshop every month. And then I will be doing this coming week, I will be on Instagram and Facebook Live on Wednesday at 11 a.m. and then also on Friday on Shreem Brzee YouTube at 11 a.m. Plus there's 8 a.m. Pacific on Friday. So there's still a lot going on in the free realm, but we aren't doing the daily chanting any longer. That's all moving into the course. But if you have any doubts of how this mantra can work for you, just Google, go to YouTube and find any Shreem Brzee video and look at the comments. It's off the charts. It's amazing and it's so inspiring. In fact, we have a whole page of testimonials as well. Oh, good. You're able to post the link. Fantastic. On YouTube. All right. Any other questions? So this person is saying, thanks for all the good information. And Dr. Pillai, thank you for bringing us knowledge. So this person said, the other day, I said we have 55,000 thoughts per day, which is the scientific number. What if I chant 55,000 times Shreem Brzee and replace unnecessary thoughts of Shreem Brzee? Yes, absolutely. Do it. Okay, asking about the fees on the course, just click on the link and you'll see the two different levels. Any other questions? Someone else joined. How will I know in the first 50? You'll be getting an email and we will help you to register and schedule your reading. Yeah, and if you aren't one of the 50, we will send another follow-up email if you'd like to purchase the astrology reading. Maybe we can even give a discount for the folks who are in the course to, yeah, let's do that. We'll give it a discount for the folks who are in the course to get the astrology reading if you weren't part of the first 50. But you definitely want to get it as complimentary if you can. Okay, Keem said, I chanted Shreem Brzee for 2 months daily and made $40,000, so it works. Thank you very much. Anyone else who would like to post their success stories, please do. It really helps to inspire so many people, and you guys are amazing. Albert joined. Thank you, Albert. Can't wait to see everyone in the program. I will be there on June 5th, welcoming you all. As well as on June 7th with the first teaching. June 7th will be an orientation to the whole program. We are going to go through everything you need to know. We'll have the roadmap ready. And then the teaching from Dr. Pillai, the first official course teaching, will be the following week. But the first week is laying the foundation, and you'll want to know that. But this means if you don't join by this weekend, for example, if you have to postpone it, you can join by June 13th. June 13th is the last day to join. And then the 14th, that Sunday, we will be revealing the first teaching from Dr. Pillai. Melissa says, Shreem Brzee is the most powerful mantra. Amen. Amen to that. All right, I think we've I think we've kind of covered. Does eating veg or non-veg affect our practice? Samir is asking. We will cover this a bit in the course too, how energy is impacted by what you eat. But Dr. Pillai does not make recommendations because he understands every human body is different and people need different ways to sustain themselves in their body. So, but energetically, eating vegetarian makes you more clear and open to the spiritual energies. But it's not for everybody. So this is not a blanket statement. Galapudi is saying thanks and lots of love. Yes, thank you. Thank you for being here. Josie is saying, thank you everyone from Pillai Center and family. I really appreciate your support and love. May you all receive your hopes and dreams, peace and love. Thank you, Josie. Thank you for coming. All right. Another person just enrolled. Welcome. Yeah, so again, the first 50 people will be notified. You're not going to be notified today because we actually have to go in and look at how many people registered and then email you. So you won't be emailed until tomorrow if you were one of the first 50. So register, and then by tomorrow you will get an email on if you're one of the first 50 people. Can I book Naughty Astrology? Yes, absolutely. So one of the, I didn't even mention this. One of the cool things about being inside of our live courses like this is you get special discounts to basically everything Pillai Center offers. So a Naughty reading, all the remedies that come out on a regular basis, any type of, if you go under the Pillai Center specials, we have things coming out all the time. We will always send you something that's a little bit more than anything you can get publicly. So that's another benefit. If you're a big purchaser of rituals at Astrovet or Pillai Center, because you're a valued member of the course, we will be sending you special coupon codes, and they'll be in your course, your program course under coupons, and they'll always be available to you for the duration of the course. So for these 3 months. Mira said, by chanting Shreem Brzee, I received $3,250, which was stuck for 2 months. I received after chanting for 1 month. Awesome. Nisha said, the day I got my Shreem Brzee yantra, which we will be teaching you about in the course, some of my bills went easily on me, very easy. Very good. All right. So thanks, Selvarashan. This person mentioned, today Gina's tears show her commitment towards Shreem Brzee for people concerned. 100%. Like I am super committed, and I'm so touched by Dr. Pillai's commitment. And this is what you get, folks. Like this is, like, I live for this stuff, like Shreem Brzee, and hosting these courses. It's like my highest dharma. And so you get all of me, not that that's that much, but you get all of me when I do these courses. And Dr. Pillai committed his additional energy and 90 days, like for 90 days for this course. It's just huge. Like I was literally overwhelmed with the compassion and effectiveness and importance of this time for us to take action on for ourselves, not only for ourselves, but all the world. Guess what? When you do the mantra, you're making a difference, not just for you, but the energy around you, your town, your city, your state, your country, the world. We are impacting a global revolution of abundance, of wealth energy. And this starts with home, right? So making the commitment to yourself is making a commitment to the bigger picture. And that's what gets me so motivated. It's like, join the course and be part of the most powerful way you can engage in Shreem Brzee right now. And if you can't join the course, keep engaging in Shreem Brzee, because we're not going to stop being committed to it. Even if you don't join the course, we're still providing all the free things we have been. But this is the path, especially right now. There's just no greater time. There's no greater time. Dr. Pillai even said, maybe this all happens so he would recommit, because his recommitment, because of who he is, because of his enlightened state, he can make a huge difference to the world. He's got to commit. And he said he would. All right. Can we do Brzee mantra together with this? Yes. Of course. Thank you, Ryan and Maria and Donna and all of our helpers out there on chat support. Amazing. See, this is such a beautiful team. Look at our beautiful team, right? Look at all of these supportive and energetically uplifting people, because we love this. We love what we do, and we love serving you. I don't know what that question is, Pilar. You have to ask it again. Okay, so it looks like we've covered everything. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. If you have any other questions about the course, then please email us, office@pillaicenter.com. Also, when we have live chat people on pillaicenter.com, you can engage with one of our support staff live. It's not 24/7, but it's a good portion of a 24-hour period. So if you want immediate attention, you can go to our chat support. Otherwise, just email us and we'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. We know there'll be probably an influx of emails, so be patient over the next few days as we catch up on them. Also be patient if you registered and are wanting to know if you're one of the first 50, don't email us about that. We will contact you. We will contact you either way. If you were one of the 50s, you'll get an email. If you weren't one of the 50s, you'll get an email. So don't email us asking if you're one of the first 50. Just wait till tomorrow. Give us till the end of day, Monday, to get all of that together, and we will contact you, okay? All right. You're amazing. Thank you. We thank Dr. Pillai. We thank Shreem Brzee, Lakshmi, Vishwamitra, and all the divine beings, Ganesh, all the divine beings who have supported all of us in this journey the last few months and the next few months, because we need it on earth right now, and this is the time to commit and the time to make a difference. So God bless us all. Let us all make the right choices and in our commitment so we can make lasting change in our life and not lose this time period. This time period, this impactful, intense energy will not always be here. We have the opportunity to harness it now. That is why we did this course now, because this time won't come again. This intensity won't come again. So I hope to see a lot of you on June 5th morning while we kick off this program, and also on June 7th when we kick off the first teaching call. And we'll see you soon. Namaste.